As we said, the Railers have Bowers, Hamlin, Bacon, Cannon, and Grunder.
Jeff, I think the Lanphier's going to come out real aggressive in the second half on defense.
Here we go. Railers will have the basketball as we start here in the third quarter.
Titus Cannon being face guarded by Stanley Morgan, so there you go. Is this a box and one?
Cannon is standing all the way in the far corner, and his defender's not even looking at the ball. Wow, interesting. So we'll see how that plays out over the next few minutes. Cannon's got to be careful not to get aggressive and shove off.
Correct, because he's getting bodied. He's just got to keep whining at the officials. Hey, I'm getting bumped when I cut.
Grunder over to Bacon. Bacon now to Isaiah. Isaiah brings it back out now to Hamlin.
Hamlin at 35 feet is not exactly where you want him.
Grunder thought about the three, but a nice job by Jones closing out on Ben. I think Jermaine in the corner.
I think Ben can beat Jones off the dribble.
Boy, the Railers making their cuts here in this second half. They're going to have to be quick. Isaiah's pass is thrown away, taken away by McGee. McGee in the lane, the finger roll good.
Nice. Just handed him that one. First Railer turnover of the second half, Jeff.
6:45 to go. Lanphier with a 13-11 lead. And now they've backed out of it.
Yeah.
It looks like they're switching each time down maybe.
Yep, and that's confusing to everybody, including the Railer players right
Grunder,
at the moment.
Bacon in the corner, dumps it back down to Grunder. Grunder, the baseline, open, little 8-footer, rolled off, no good. McGee, the rebound, quickly ahead to Morgan. Morgan in the front court, flips back out now to McGee. Back to Morgan on the left wing, watched by Grunder.
All right, the Railers have slowed them down now, which is what they need to do.
Down in the corner, Jones back out to Edwards. Morgan around the perimeter. McGee left side three.
Rebound.
Way short. Rebound to right with the left hand. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. It's again right. And this time he lays it in.
Can't give him that many shots at the basket, Jeff. Jermaine got himself blocked off and couldn't get himself free.
So it's now a 4-point lead, 15-11. Drew down the lane. Almost dragged that pivot foot, and he did. Thought they might let him get away with it. They did not. And a 30-second timeout's going to be taken by the Railers. We will keep it here. 5:39 to go. Lanphier scored the first 4 of the quarter. That turnover is going to give it back to the Lions, and they've got a 15-11 advantage. One score update we want to give you courtesy of our score guru, Joel. Second quarter, MacArthur with a 20-14 lead over Southeast.
Wow, that's a surprise, but here at Rochester, the Railers start flat, Jeff. They haven't looked good on the offensive end again, and frankly, been a little sloppy on the defensive end as well. So we got to match Lanphier's intensity because, as you well know, the first 4 minutes of the second half are critical.
5:38 to go. You have extended the defense a little bit, Tom.
You generally can't win a game this time of the game, but you certainly can lose it. And yeah, the Railers have got to turn up the aggressiveness.
Morgan down in the left corner, back out now.
Now McGee's on the other side. We've got to find him. Now he's on Jermaine's side.
McGee drives through, and a foul will be whistled on the Railers on the baseline.
Jermaine was late, Jeff. They're just running McGee back and forth across the baseline and just figuring out which Lincoln corner is weaker.
Jermaine with the foul, his second. Titus Cannon checks out. Tate Sloan replaces him. 5:15 to go. Again, Lanphier with a 15-11 lead here in the third quarter. Tipped away. Grunder, the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Ben.
Wow, could have been a jump ball, but it goes to Lanphier.
But again, when the Railers started playing well in the first half, Tom, that's what we saw. Lincoln starting getting their hands on passes, quicker hands. So maybe we see that now because this is when we need it.
You bet. We need to generate a turnover or two here and find a way to score.
Edwards dumps it in. Back out. Can it be tracked down? Over and back. Over and back. The Lanphier folks are saying they want it tipped. Coach Turner thinks it was tipped, but the backcourt violation will give it to the Railers. Caught a break. Take advantage of it.
Caught a big break, and the baseline official had no view to call that. I don't know why they're yelling at him. Wasn't his call.
Sloan now over to Grunder. On top high to Jermaine. Isaiah, top of the key. Now hands to Sloan. Tate with the one dribble. Bounces out to Isaiah. Boy, they really turned up the pressure. Isaiah jumper on the way. Left it way short. Sloan tried to come and grab the rebound. Off his leg, out of bounds. This first 3.5 minutes, it feels like the Railers are playing really tight.
Yeah, they are. That shot was not a normal shot from our leading scorer, and we just look a little bit out of sync right here. I don't know if it's their pace or what it is, but still only down 4, and there's a walk. So just need a good offensive set here, Jeff. I think you hit on the head. We're just pushing everything. Run the
on Lanphier.
Run the offense.
Sloan checking over to Coach Neil Alexander to get the play call. And look how far out the Railers are with their sets.
Right, and this is what we do to other teams. We're playing at 30 feet right here.
Sloan down in the corner. Nice catch by Bowers to save it. Sloan back out to Bowers. Stolen away. Thrown back. Sloan tracks it back down. Tate needs some help. Gets it to Bacon. In low to Ben. Ben shot fake one way, then the other. Back out to Isaiah. Ben at the free throw line. Looks to make a move. Kicks back out to Bacon. Bacon. Sloan. Over to Grunder. Grunder looks to make a move against McGee. Tough shot. Won't go down. Rebound to Lamphere. And then Ben reaches in looking for the tie-up. But instead, Ben will pick up a foul. His second. Team second. 3:37 to go in quarter number 3. Lamphere with the ball.
Railers looking for some answers, but as we said in the first quarter, Jeff, they're only down 4. It's not like we're down 12, but yes, we talk in a game like this, doesn't take much of a lead and you start sitting on the ball.
Hemingway will fire a 3 and connect.
Wow.
His second 3 of the night. He caught the pass from the backcourt. Nobody was around him. He thought, why not shoot it? He hit it. He's got 6. The Lanphier lead is 7 at 18-11.
That's the first 3 I've seen where we've just allowed them to stand at the three-point line and think about it.
Grunder's 3, missed it badly. Rebound fought for. Ahead to Lamphere. McGee with the lob to right and the big dunk.
Full timeout for, it's 30, I think, Jeff.
2:59 to go. The alley-oop pass from McGee to Carl Wright, and he had no difficulty hammering it down, and that forced a timeout for the Railers. 20-11, and since the Railers took that lead on Ben Grunder's layup at 11-9, Lanphier's on an 11-0 run to take this 9-point lead here in the third.
Yeah, and we just went from down 4 to down 9, and that gets scary. The Railers have got to have a good offensive trip this time. Jermaine sitting. I think the starting 5 is back in. But yeah, we need to run a good set here and not at 30 feet, Jeff. Keep driving and cutting, driving and cutting. Now let's see if they play this gimmick defense again.
Cannon, Sloan, Bowers, Bacon, Grunder on the floor for the Railers. Cannon along the left side, now over to Sloan. Tate dribbles through back out to Cannon. Titus top of the key, drives the lane, gets up strong with the left hand, no good. Rebound to McGee for Lanphier.
Tough shot. Got to the basket, just couldn't get her to fall. Isaac Dewberry's at the bench, getting checked back in.
Edwards down in the corner to Jones. Back out now to Edwards. Bounces out to Hemingway to McGee.
Railers are active on defense.
McGee will back it up near the timeline. And now if you're Lanphier, you've shown in the first half that you could play slow, play patient. Now you're doing the same thing, and you're up 9 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
You bet, Jeff, and that's the worry in a game like this. They can hold this ball for a long time. There's a nice steal.
Wright tried to drive the lane. It's stripped away. Railers almost came up with it instead of fouls whistled.
Boy, we're chipping the ball loose. We just can't get it in our hand, and we just can't quite seem to get our hands on things right at the moment.
Foul will be, I think they called that on Bacon.
Yes.
First free throw on the way from right is off the front of the rim, no good. Sloan checks out, Isaac Dewberry in. Third team foul for the Railers. Still waiting for the first infraction on Lanphier. Right, the second one is on the way, and that one is good. Well, for only the second time this year, the Railers facing a double-digit deficit at any point during a game.
Wow. Well, now's the time to see what we're made of.
21-11.
There you go.
Titus back in the lane, and he throws it away. Tracked down by Hemingway, and it's going to be off of Isaiah's foot. It'll stay with Lanphier.
We zig when we should zag, Jeffrey.
1:26 left in the third. Edwards over to Jones. Back now near side to Edwards in the corner. Hemingway.
Lanphier's done a great job of staying out of our traps, Jeff. We just can't get you guys around and to force a turnover.
Well, if I were to tell you that a minute to go in the third quarter, Cardell McGee would have 6 points, you'd think he had a pretty good chance, but it's a low-scoring game, and Railers have been held to 11 through 3 quarters. Hemingway's three from the corner. That's no good. Rebound, fought for. Lanphier comes up with it again.
Wow.
Hemingway on the bounce on the left side, and a foul will be whistled on the Railers. And I think they got Drew on that one.
Just cannot corral a loose ball. Grunder.
No, they got that on Drew.
Bacon.
His third. Fourth on the team. Drew will check out. Hamlin back in. 46 seconds left in the third. 21-11. Lanphier with the lead.
Trap him. There it is.
In the corner, Jermaine comes out on him. Now he pulls up. In and out. Rebound fought for. And Isaiah tracks it down.
Hey, second defensive rebound of the quarter.
30 seconds to go. Railers down 10. Need a score here to get some momentum heading to the fourth.
Yeah.
Cannon.
Because Lanphier starts with the ball at fourth quarter, so we definitely need a score.
Isaiah floating on the far side.
Lanphier thinks it's going to be a lob, Jeff.
Down to 10. Out to Ben. Jermaine, top of the key. We're down to 4. Hands back to Titus. Titus dribbling in. Gets it in, swatted away. And that's where the quarter ends. Well, the Railers have had a lot of great defensive quarters. And here in the third, they were the victim. Held scoreless in the third, while Lanphier takes the lead going to the fourth. It's Lanphier 21, Lincoln 11. We head to the fourth. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Fourth quarter underway in Rochester. Railers down by 10, 21-11. They've got 8 minutes to catch up, or their season comes to an end. In the contest, it's taken away, and Cam Whiteman with an early dividends as Whiteman came in, had the tip away, and then a foul is whistled on Lanphier's James Jones. His first, team's first, 7.5 to go. Need some offense, and maybe we find it where we found it Wednesday night in the sophomore Cam Whiteman. But instead, the pass down low for Hamlin to Bowers is thrown away into the hands of McGee. McGee navigating through traffic, and a hand check whistled on the Railers at half court.
Got the Railers' 15 turnovers, Jeff, and that's the story of this basketball game, at least in the third quarter. We can't hang out on the basketball, hard to score.
Foul on Titus Cannon, his first 15 foul. So you've got Cannon, Whiteman, Grunder, Bowers, and Bacon for Lincoln. McGee, Jones, Wright, Edwards, and Morgan for Lanphier.
Soon going to be time to foul, and I know it sounds ridiculous this early, but that 10-point lead is the equivalent of about 20 in a normal game.
Down the lane, pass tipped away into the hands of Isaiah Bowers. Need a score here. Isaiah down court and a foul whistled on Lanphier. Foul whistled on Morgan. That's his second on the team. 6:55 to go. Everybody out there listening, pretty simple. We need some points. We need something.
We need some points. Give us a little energy. The Railers are flat. Let's see if Cam can hit us a three, and let's get moving.
Cannon. Grunder trying to fight through some screens.
It's like they know our plays, Jeff. It's really
inside to Isaiah. Fakes one way down the other. Tries to go up. An alternating possession as they reached in and forced the tie-up. However, luckily the arrow sitting right next to us is pointing to the Railers.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was clearly a side-up basketball. And again, they're in front of us when we're trying to cut. It's like they know exactly what we're going to run.
Whiteman, high-arcing three, left it way short. Rebound down to Lanphier. Edwards in the backcourt. Into the front court now to McGee. McGee holds on the far side, watched by Whiteman. Over here now to Jones, back to Edwards.
Weak side defense for the Railers is going to have to start taking some real chances, Jeff. We got to generate some turnovers.
McGee around the defensive Whiteman. Tipped away again. We've said it before. We need points here. Isaiah floats it up. Missed the layup. Tip try no good by Cannon. Rebound to McMath for Lanphier. Now they rush into the front court. 5:50 left.
Somebody put a lid on this end, Jeffrey.
And then Whiteman's going to be whistled for the foul for Cam, his first, 6th on Lincoln. Tate Sloan back in. Tate will replace Whiteman, and a full timeout's going to be taken by Lanphier. 5:47 to go in the contest. Lanphier 21, Lincoln 11. Back with more. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Reminder, Railer Basketball this year has been sponsored by Lincoln Dare and Officer Christy Fruget, the Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grimaldi Law Office, the Lincoln Park District, and Lincoln IGA. 5:47 to go. Railers need some offense. They haven't had any since the second quarter. Wow. Bacon, Grunder, Cannon, Sloan, Bowers for the Railers. Lanphier basketball.
You hope it's like a faucet, Jeff. Once we score, it just comes in a torrent.
Railers with 16 fouls. Next one will send Lanphier to the line. And you almost wonder if you get to the point. Almost a steal.
Yep.
An alternating possession.
Hey, what's that? Technical foul.
Oh, wow.
McGee lost its head.
Wow.
He lost its head.
Maybe. That's what we need. Grunder and Sloan were there for the tie-up. McGee backed away, threw a little bit of an elbow. The official saw it, teed up McGee. So now, here's a question. It's alternating possession. Does it stay with Lanphier, Tom, or does the T give it back to the Railers?
No, Railers get the ball. Listen to Lanphier's coach. He said, couldn't you give him a warning? And the referee said he hit him in the chest. No warning. Boy, Lanphier's hot, but that was the right call.
Titus with the free throw, goes down. Second one goes down.
All right. Yep. Correct. That's a tricky rule, Jeff. Sorry, I'm talking.
No, that's fine. I, with all your years of officiating, that's the explanation we need. After the technical, the arrow doesn't change.
Correct.
Railers get the ball. Of all the things, maybe that's what we needed.
There you go. Let's hit a three, and we've halved it on one possession. So now is the time.
Titus hits them both. It's 21-13. Sloan to Bowers.
Watch it.
Cannon near the timeline, over to Grunder on the right wing. Back to Cannon.
In spite of being down, the Railers need to take their time. It has to be a good shot here.
Still 5 minutes to go in the contest. Grunder, far side to Cannon. Titus going to drive the lane. Kick back out to Grunder. Grunder fakes one way, back the other. Down on the wing to Sloan. Back out to Isaiah. Isaiah, top of the key. Three.
Nope.
Left it short, but he gets his own rebound. He's going to drive in the lane. Go up strong, high off the glass. No. Rebound to Lanphier.
Lid on the basket. Boy, oh boy, we've had good looks that just haven't gone in.
21-13. McGee goes down, and a reach-in is going to be whistled for on Tate. Foul on Sloan, his first, 7th team foul. Well, we got some points unexpectedly on the technical. Maybe Lanphier helps us out and misses a few front ends to 1-and-1.
Going to need that help, Jeff, because I believe we'll be fouling on every possession now. We'll push pressure to the half-court line, and as soon as they get over, we'll foul.
4:38 to go. Lincoln down, 21-13. Free throw on the way. He missed it. Ball picked up. Isaiah's there, and timeout to the right. We got an official. Got an official on the baseline calling the tie-up. Got the official here calling the timeout when Isaiah had it. It's a timeout, Railers, Isaiah. So Lincoln gets the possession and keeps it. Timeout Lincoln, 4:35 to go. 21-13. Tom, we will keep it here. Give us a chance to thank a couple more sponsors. Memorial Sports Care of Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, the Eaton Corporation, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, and Bright Idea Screen Printing. Well, if you wanted breaks, the technical, that play right there could have gone to a held ball, which gives it to Lanphier. Lincoln gets the timeout. The breaks are there. The shots have been there. Just haven't got the points yet.
Rolling around the rim, bouncing around, hitting iron, hitting backboard, hitting iron, and coming off. It's been one of those nights you just have to hope that at some point this ball starts going in because they're getting some good looks.
4:35 to go, 21-13. As you talked about, you get a basket here, you cut it to 6, 4 minutes to go. Still plenty of time in this Railer because I'm not worried about their defense. Defense is not a problem tonight.
Oh. 21 points is always given up here. Defense has been superb. It has been the offense and the inability to find a way to score.
So you've got Grunder, Bacon, Bowers, Sloan, and Cannon. Starters on the floor for the Railers.
All seniors too, correct?
It is correct. Sloan to Cannon. Back to Tate. Tate over to Ben. Ben on the left side, back out now to Sloan. Thought about the three. Out to Tate. Tate in the lane. Over to Titus. Titus drives baseline. Kicks back out to Grunder, and it goes through his hands. Thrown away by the Railers. They tried to find Ben open at the top of the key. Pass a little too hard, a little too high, and another turnover by the Railers.
A little too excited, just a little too amped up.
Halfway through, quarter number 4. Try to dump it down. Another steal by the Railers.
Be helpful if we could turn one of these into some points.
Pressure comes. Thrown over to Sloan. Back to Isaiah.
Come on,
His three.
Isaiah.
Left it way short. Ball fought for, and it's Lanphier that comes up with it one more time.
Wow. Tough night shooting for Isaiah.
Edwards out to Hemingway. Far corner to McGee. McGee will fire a three. In and out, and back in for 3.
That's big.
Timeout taken by Lanphier. Just a 30. We will keep it here. McGee's 3 makes it 24-13. And the Railers, Tom, are starting to be in serious need of some extra help.
Wow, Jeffrey, I don't know what to say. I think in the last few minutes they've gotten the looks they needed to get. They have had some really good looks inside. And the lid's just been on the basket for them right now. Lanphier's playing real hard. They're playing us tough on the defensive end. They're not letting the Railers run any kind of offense at all, something that we do to them and others all season. As to how this thing ends, unless the Railers, really turn it up. It's going to be a tough one here, but it doesn't mean they can't do it.
Cannon right down the lane, swatted away as Titus tried to take it to the basket. And Lanphier with the tip away and recovery. McGee lost it on the ground, still fighting for it. Tate Sloan with it, flips it over to Grunder.
And again, the Railers have the ball.
Titus down the lane, little step, layup no good, and the rebound And I think they're going to get Drew for coming over the back on the rebound. Again, getting to the basket. Shots just not falling.
2 points, 13 minutes. That's tough to overcome. You give up 24 points in a high school basketball game to a team that's averaging in the 60s. You've got to, you got to think you're going to come out on top. Not that said, the Link kids are playing hard, Jeff, and we've still got time.
3:08 left in the contest. And they're trying to get, I thought it was Jones who would be shooting free throws, but instead they get Edwards to the line. And you may be able to hear the Lincoln coaches yelling it was 21.
It was 21, but I'm not sure that's going to make a difference at this point.
Edwards makes it 25-13. Second one good, makes it 26-13. Grunder down court, and Edwards is going to be whistled for the foul. His first, third team foul. Railers down 26-13 with 3 minutes to go in the game.
Here we go.
Sloan out to Cannon. Cannon with a tough catch. Titus down to Isaiah. Flips it in the corner to Bacon. Grunder dumps it down to Drew. Drew gets the guy up here. Plays it up and in.
There you go. Start a many.
26-15. Lob up to McGee. McGee in the lane. Floated away. And held ball or foul. Foul's going to be whistled on Sloan.
Jake got him good, but at least he didn't let him shoot the essentially the lay-in there.
Foul will be on Tate. His second, ninth team foul. So this is the last chance for the Railers to capitalize on one and bonus if McGee can miss. He missed the first time he was there.
Let's have it do it. Let's have him do it again.
That one good. 27-15. McGee now in double figures with 10. McGee second on the way. That good as well. 28-15.
No time to delay now.
Cannon over to Grunder, back to Titus. Thought about a long three. Over to Sloan. Cannon a long three. That rolls off no good. Tipped around. Fought for. Hemingway. Bowers with the steal. Bowers tried to fire up a shot. That's no good. And into the hands of Lanphier. McGee down the lane. And a blocking foul is going to be whistled on Drew. Drew tried to take the charge.
I thought he was going to call it the other way, Jeff. It looked like he started to say offense, but there it is.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is number 5 on Drew, and Drew is fouled out. Drew fouls out with 2:18 to go. It's the 10th foul on the Railers, so 2 shots for Lanphier. Isaac Dewberry will check in, and Drew will head to the bench. Well, I'm not sure Cardell McGee's not cramping.
Yeah,
because he looks uncomfortable, and after the last time out, he was drinking a lot of Gatorade. He just looks uncomfortable out there.
He is hobbling. One of his teammates was pounding on his thighs, so I think you're probably right.
McGee's free throw up and good.
They're going to sub for him.
29-15.
Well,
second one for McGee. That one goes good as well. And McGee will check out as the lead grows to 30-15 for Lanphier with 2:18 left.
Yeah, you got to give Lanphier credit, Jeff. They have just destroyed Lincoln's offense.
Titus pulls up from 15. That's good. Timeout Railers. Full timeout taken by Lincoln. 2:12 to go, 30-17. We will take a timeout and we'll be back. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back in Rochester along with Tom Larey, Jeff Benjamin back with you. Quick other scores. Southeast is up 69-50, while Mahomet is up 7. But right now, what we're concerned about here is with 2:12 to go, Lincoln down 13 at 30-17.
Yeah, Jeff, it's we're going to have to turn the ball over and score every time and do it quickly.
Edwards to inbound, does so to Hemingway. Over to McGee, still in the backcourt. Fronts now to Jones, back to Edwards.
Yeah, Lamphere won't shoot here, so it'll be a question of...
Hemingway in the lane, Wright's fouled.
Question of who we're going to foul.
Foul on Isaiah. That's his first. Carl Wright at the line shooting 2. He has 5. First one on the way is good.
Yeah, Jeff, I think that they came out, that matchup zone created quite a few problems. I thought while we rallied against it, we never really did figure out a way to solve it. And 17 points is clearly the answer there.
Second one off, 31-17. Bowers across the timeline over to Grunder. Grunder back to Titus. Titus top of the key, back to Ben. His long 3 on the way, back rim, no. Slow in the rebound. Tried to flip it to Isaiah, but it's knocked away over to Lanphier. Out over to Morgan. Morgan with the layup, no good. Rebound there for Wright, and it's good. 33-17. Bowers dribbles in, little scoop shot layup. That rolls off, no good.
Wow.
And that sums up the entire night. Lincoln gets to the basket, gets the shots, just doesn't roll the right way.
I'll bet, looking back on it, I'll bet the Railers have missed 10 shots inside 5 feet.
1:17 left, 33-17. Railers with the basketball. Bowers into the front court, back out to Titus. Titus from the volleyball line for 3, spins out. Dewberry tried to grab the rebound, but instead it is Wright for Lanphier. And we're ticking down to 60 seconds. 1 minute to go in this one. Cannon with the steal, though. Titus bounces it over to Grunder. Grunder with the contact, counts the basket, and he's fouled. .56 seconds to go.
Afraid the crowd is filing out, Jeff. Not going to be the Railers' night.
Grunder with 6 on the evening. Tried to miss the free throw so he could get the rebound and jumped the free throw line and got in too early.
Worth a try.
33-19. Lanphier still in the backcourt. Right. Over to Edwards. Edwards across the timeline. Well, they're certainly not giving up defensive-wise.
Nope.
In the corner, 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Edwards had it, tracks it down in the corner for Lanphier. Back out now, Grunder tips it away, but it heads to Hemingway, and a foul and a timeout taken by Lanphier. With 33.6 seconds to go, it's a full timeout, and we will stay here in Rochester.
Yeah, the Lions of Lamphere is starting to enjoy their regional win, and well-deserved, Jeff. This was a very well-played game. The Lions simply would not allow the Railers to run an offense in the second half, and that was that.
We don't know how the matchups are going to play out for the rest of the tournament. I don't know if Coach Turner would say this, but you got to believe that this may be the toughest game they have until maybe they get to state.
Yeah, on the other hand, you got Southeast and Champaign Central in this complex as well. But, yeah, in terms of sheer intensity, nobody brings it like the Railers. And they had it tonight. They just, those kids, I felt so bad for them. They just could not get the ball to go in. And it was every set we ran got us looks. We just couldn't get anything to drop. But you got to give Lanphier credit. It was that Lanphier defense that did the trick.
Try to get it into the front court, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Railers.
And the Railers still seem to be interested in fouling, but they're interested in playing tough defense.
Checking in for the Railers will be Caden Froby, Drayden Posgay, Noah Funk, Will Ewald,
and a dejected group of seniors. Jeff walks off the floor, and an elated group of Lanphier Lions. So,
indeed,
it's always the way, isn't it? One side's happy, one side's not.
26 seconds left. And you wonder if Lanphier's just simply going to hold on to it as the final seconds tick off. A regional championship for the Lions of Lanphier as they lead 33-19. We're down to the final 10 in this one and the season for the Railers. The buzzer sounds. The game is over. And for the Railers, the season is over as well. Final score for the regional championship here in Rochester. Springfield Lanphier 33, Lincoln 19. Railers in their season at 25-6. We'll be back with the Josh Comnet Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Joined now by Lincoln coach Neil Alexander. Coach, a struggle here tonight. I'm sure if at any point during the day we would have said you're going to hold Lanphier to 33 points, you would have had to have just loved your chances. I know you've commented numerous times this season and leading up to this game, defense wins championships, but you got to score a few points here and there, and got the shots tonight. They just did not fall. Lanphier played a great defensive game, but Lincoln had the opportunities. It's just the lid was on the basket tonight.
Well, give them a lot of credit because they really defended us well. We had trouble finding shots, open shots. We turned the ball over quite a bit, and you have to be able to not turn the ball over because when they made their run there in the third period, we had a couple quick turnovers and they had some quick scores, and those are things that you got to be able to take care of, and they came out with a lot more energy than what we did in the second half, but like you said, if you'd have told me we'd have held them to 33 points, I'd have liked our chances.
Yeah, Coach Tom talked about the effort was certainly there for the Railers. The hard play was there. It's just things just didn't break the right way tonight.
Anybody that ever say that our kids didn't play hard the whole year, I would really be upset because our kids, they really busted their tail and played hard all year. And offensively, we had some struggles this year, and our defense basically helped us win 25 games. And this team here set the school record by 3 or 4 points. I think the record was 38, and I think we didn't go over our defensive average tonight. I think it was like 34 something, and you only give up 33, so we gave up our average. But we still have to be able to put the ball in the hole and, give them credit. They were long. They created a lot of problems for us. We couldn't get the ball where we needed to get it. We didn't force them. I guess they had 14 turnovers, but I'm not sure we got many points out of them because their transition defense is very good. So get back to our seniors. Our seniors have played 4 years. They've given a lot to the program. It's always a tough night when you finish your season. And, you have to realize that they're going to be moving on and doing things. And this group here will be very successful. They're hard workers. They listen. They understand what life's about. They're all going to go to school and be very good students and step up into the world and be good leaders. And I'm proud of them. People, probably think something of them tonight, but winning and losing don't decide how you feel about your kids.
And Coach, you've always talked about it, and we've talked about it for years, that the kids that leave the Lincoln program, no matter how good they are as basketball players, you've always felt that they leave as better people, and the world that they go out into is going to be better because they're in it.
Yeah, you know, and that's what, to me, that's what education's about. You know, number one, my whole goal, number one, is being a good person. And our guys all meet that standard. I think if you're a good person, you're going to be very successful in life. If you respect people, you do the right things, and you're polite, and again, you respect others, you got no chance. You got no other chance except to be good and successful. And you know, that's what we really push our guys to do, is to be good people, be good students, you know, just be a good individual, and everything else will fall into place.
And Coach, being part of the Lincoln program, you know, you look at these seniors. Tonight was their last game. We know how well the sophomore team has played. You've got juniors, you've got Colton Holiday, you've got Jermaine. They have to feed off that, and then, you know, they see how you're supposed to fit into this program, and then they step into being leaders, and that's what you want people to be, is be leaders, because I think we see a lot of times that kids get the raw end of the deal and think, well, they're just high school kids. But you talk about defense and being a leader and being a hard worker. You can't set the school record defensively, especially with Lincoln, if you're not willing to put in the effort.
Oh, that record there, that'll be hard to break. And these kids can hang on to that, and many years down the road they can say, hey, I was a part of that. And, you know, it's something. And again, when I talk to the seniors when we get back, that's always a hard thing, is, you know, talk to them about doing the right things, getting things, you know, turned on. You know, they're basically about done with high school. I mean, we're about done with the third quarter, and it's time to start thinking about the next phase of their life, whether it's playing again at the next level, or whether it's being a student or being in the workforce, or it's they've got to make decisions, and those times are here, and you know, we want to make sure that you know, that we can make sure they're just ready to go.
And you would like to think that somewhere down the line in their life, something they've learned being part of the Railer program will help them out and be successful.
You bet. And, you know, I told these guys, I said, you know, we always talk about how quick the 4 years go, but it's such a small part of their life. The 4 years you're in high school is gone in a blink, and before you know it, 3 years is gone. Before you know it, 5 years, 10 years, 15. Before you know it, you're 50 years old. And it don't take long for those things to happen, and you try to make them understand that you know, you have to be focused in life, and you know, make the right decisions and be a leader, not a follower. And hopefully they've learned some things about being and making the right decisions.
Well, Coach, it's been a successful season. It certainly did not end where we would have liked to have ended. Railers end at 25-6, but this is the one, you know, that everybody's going to remember, and you know, this is where the season came to a close. But you can't think of it as a disappointment. It just didn't end up where you wanted it to end.
Well, it's what I told them in there. It's always a disappointment when your year ends, but how proud that we are of them and how hard they worked. And you know, and I would be upset if somebody come up to me and said, your kids don't play very hard, because this group played exceptionally hard every night, and you can't do and play the defense that they do if you're not playing hard. So, you know, we just have to move on, and you know, things didn't fall our way. You know, we would like to be playing Tuesday, but it's not going to happen. So, you know, we just have to sit back, and younger kids will have to start working for next year and be ready to move on and things. So, again, it's really disappointing, but we're so proud of them, and the community of Lincoln should be, as well as LCHS.
All right, Coach. Well, we will let you go. Thank you for another fun season of following the Railers, and Thanksgiving just a few months away, and you'll be ready to go at that point.
Yeah, well, we will. I don't know where you'll be. Maybe in the Bahamas or somewhere. But
No.
You know, it would be not fair to say anything to you other than thank you for 17 years. It's been a pleasure sitting here with you after the game, for the game, or whenever. And you know, we try to teach our kids class, and you've been nothing but class towards the coaches and the staffs. And you know, I don't think there's ever been an interview question that's ever questioned the integrity of what we're doing and so forth. So I can't say enough about that. And we're going to miss you. And maybe someday, maybe you'll get grouchy and want to come back.
Well, you can ask my wife. The grouchy part's already taken care of. I got to tell you this, just to end it real quick. My very, very first game was a game that Sam Madonia couldn't make. And it was a Saturday. He was doing something else. And I think it was a Chicago Leo team or something like this. This was back in the WPRC days. And Chicago Leo won. They had a big kid that ran the baseline. They just kept lobbing it over the top of the zone, scored late in. I think he had 25, 26 points. Not being as familiar with Lincoln basketball at the time, you came up, talked about the first, how the game went, and the first question I asked you after your comment was, Coach, did you ever think about maybe going to man and dropping out of the zone? I now know that was probably maybe the worst question I could have asked. And I think the look you gave me was like, wow.
Well, next year we'll start the year off in man-to-man for you. How's that?
Sounds good. Coach, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. And we'll see you down the road.
Okay. Hope you'll come back and watch us play.
I'm keeping our season tickets right behind the bench.
Well, you can sit right in my seat.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you to the – it's off.
No, you're good.
No, hey, last thing we want to say is thank you to our base, our Railer Nation, and the fans that we have. Our families, the people who supported our kids, got the kids to practice and done things for them. Can't do that without the parents and so forth. And Railer Nation, once again, has been nothing but good and supportive. And it'll be here before you know it, Thanksgiving. Our schedule may be a little bit different next year, but things will be different. But again, our success is also tied to our fan base and our Railer Nation and the support that we have, not only from our student body, but from our administration, to the fans, to the parents, everybody who comes and watch these kids put the effort out on the floor every night. So I can't say enough about that. And again, thank you. And again, we'll see you soon.
All right, Coach, thank you and well said. And we'll see everybody back in November.
Okay, thank you.
Railers fall here tonight, 33-19. We'll be back to wrap it up one more time in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back in Rochester one final time to wrap things up here on a season that ended at 25-6, playing for the regional championship. And Tom, to quickly reiterate what Coach talked about, the effort, the hard work, and how much it means. If the Railer fans were here to look at the faces of the players as they came out of the locker room, they don't really know how much it means to them when a season like this ends abruptly.
Yes, and again, just to go, not to beat a dead horse, but these kids walked into this gym thinking if they gave up 33, they move on, and they gave up 33 and lost by 14. So one of those nights, Coach hit it on the head. Lamphere played superb defense. They pushed us out of everything. Their kids were long-armed. We knew they were big, but I didn't realize they were also long-armed, and it just really pushed the Railers. Did a lot of what we used to do to teams. We were 25, 35 feet from the basket at all times, and when you don't shoot threes very well, that's a tough position to be in, and as Coach said, they wouldn't let us get the ball inside, and that's the end of that game.
and it's funny, real quick, we talk about not getting it inside, but in the first half,
all
10 of the 11 points were in the paint.
You're right, Jeff, and you caught me exactly right. We everything was inside. Second half, I'm not sure. Let's see if I got some points in the paint. Railers is 14 total for the game.
So 4 in the second.
Yep.
So 4 in the second half.
So they took away the inside. They took away the inside on us, and we saw it happening. But one of those things, kids played well. 25 wins can never be looked upon as a bad season. And while we graduate a bunch of seniors, and that senior class is going to be missed. It's one of the bigger senior classes we've had, Jeff, and since I broadcast with you. There's a lot of talent in that school, and they're coming back. They'll be coming back strong before you know it.
Well, we're going to wrap it up for another season of Railer basketball. Tom, I'm glad you got the opportunity to jump in this season, and we had a lot of fun. We seemed like we made a lot of long trips, but as always, it was a pleasure. And if this was ended up being my final season doing this, I'm glad we got to do a few more games together.
Absolutely, Jeff. I couldn't have thought of any other way to sit here tonight with you and end the season on the high that I get working with you. Your knowledge of basketball is amazing. Your knowledge of broadcasting, as much as you taught me, I'm still terrible at it. So,
well, we all agree on that.
Yeah, I think that's unanimous. So, again, I want to thank you for everything over the years, including your good friendship. And I tell you this much, we'll see each other down the road. We'll be at Lincoln games one way or the other. Probably hear us screaming at the refs in the background.
And maybe at Wrigley Field for a game or two.
Oh, this summer, all you got to do is send me your schedule. I'm ready to go.
That's going to wrap it up for us here in Rochester. The next Lincoln broadcast will be Monday, November 19th, as part of the Eaton Electrical Round Robin Tournament. The broadcast will begin at 7:30 with the pregame show starting at 7. For station manager Jim Ash, our studio producer and director Paula Kodad, and for Tom Larey, this is Jeff Benjamin. Once again, the final score, Lanphier 33, Lincoln 19. Railer season ends at 25-6. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast and know that Railer Nation did not enjoy the outcome. We certainly ask that you patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball. From Rochester, Illinois, good evening, everyone, and Railer Nation, thank you. It's time to send you back to the Classic Rock Experience, starring Jeff number 2 on the Nighttime Fix, 96.
Lincoln Railer basketball on 96.3 WLCN and WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Headline Salon, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Fifth Street Food Mart, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, The Carpet House, Rickham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln IGA, Lincoln College, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, St. Clair's Manor, Lincoln Park District, Grimaldi Law Office, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Lincoln Dare, Eaton Corporation, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln Printers, Chicago Street Rentals, and by Four Corners Lube.